And we know so many of you plan to travel, to get out. We want to make sure the kids are safe. So Skip from the Rockford Fire Department joining us. We appreciate you bringing in 3 different models because obviously our kids, they get older here.
Yes, they do grow.
Yeah.
They typically get bigger, right?
There's some mistakes that we could be making though and that you guys see every single day.
The biggest thing is keep your kids rear facing as long as possible. Using an age appropriate car seat and just following the state guidelines. Keep them in the car seats as long as you can.
How important is it to make sure that they're rear? Because it is hard. You will want to eventually flip them around because they're asking for things and it's, you know, a process when you're driving with little ones. But what's an appropriate age to flip them and why?
Well, state law requires you to keep them rear facing until at least 2 years old, unless they're over 4 years, 40 pounds. Keep them in rear facing up until they reach the manufacturer's recommendation to turn them around. Kids' neck muscles and shoulder muscles need to develop, and once you get to that 2-year mark, they're pretty safe. But again, you know, the car seats are manufactured to exceed that weight limit a little bit, so even if their legs are hanging over the edge, keep them rear facing.
Oh yeah, no, that makes sense. And you know, I'm just thinking about it because I have a sister who has a 3-year-old, so I'm sure that's one of the things that she has to think about.
Sure.
But do you think this is a challenge for parents to make sure the kids are facing the right way in the car seats? You feel like parents, in your experience, you know, they handle this responsibility pretty well?
I mean, it's hard being a parent. You know, I have 2 daughters myself, and I went through it. They don't want to face rear. They want to see what's going on. You know, they say, well, my friends are facing the other way and whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's an extreme challenge. A lot of parents give into it. All I can say is, you know, try not to and keep them facing rear as long as possible.
I want to ask you too, because we have different age groups. Show us kind of the right way for each one here.
Okay, so this right here is an infant car seat. It's rear facing only.
Okay.
So you make sure that the kid is strapped in. The shoulder straps you want to be just below the shoulder.
Okay.
And the crotch buckle you want right there to hold them in tight. You want to keep them snug because they can't,
do anything.
protect themselves.
And so the top, is this also chest level then? The
right.
actual clip?
Keep this at the level of the armpits.
Okay.
This is a combination. Actually, it's a 3-in-1 car seat. So this is in rear-facing mode right now. So same guidelines go for the straps. Once they reach that recommendation, which is on the stickers on the side, flip it around. There's a bottom piece that comes out that kind of props it up a little bit higher, so it's forward facing. And then you want the straps, instead of just below the shoulders, to be slightly above the shoulders.
Okay.
Because that impact forces the body forward and the straps have to hold them in a different way.
And the one here on the far end, a lot of people, what is the appropriate age to take them out of a booster seat?
Again, state law says 8 years.
Okay. Why are they so important?
Because when you're sitting in the seat with just a seat belt, that seat belt is going to be up high over your shoulder. It might be too far closer to your neck. It just doesn't restrain you properly. So the booster positions the child so that they're just the right, you know, angle, so that seat belt crosses their shoulder, the lap belt crosses. I think it's 8 years and 80 pounds is the recommendation, but the state also they recommend you keep them in the booster as long as you possibly can.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate it. A lot of really good information, and we'll have this on our website a little bit later on this morning. But we are talking more news and weather after this break, so stay tuned.